Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the O2 Garage. We pick up where we left off. We're in the car going this way, and that conversation was all about the Anglia, the street racer, and the fact that right at the very end of that episode, I told you guys I just bought a Ford Mark II Escort, European four-door sedan. But what I didn't tell you, even though I'm still pumped up and excited because that's where we're going right now, is it is quite possibly, without a doubt, the worst condition Escort Mark II in Australia right now. And I can't wait to get it. Now, before we kick this episode off, I'd like to let you know that it is proudly brought to you by U-Haul Trailers Australia, who are sponsoring this journey we're about to go on. And of course, if you've watched any of my videos, you know that the U-Haul trailers have been there supporting us all the way through. They're fantastic trailers, and we use them for carrying cars, picking up rubbish, dropping off stuff, going here, going there. They really are a fantastic opportunity available to everybody, including us, whose favourite trailer would have to be the 3.5 ton Mega Beast. That's not its name, that's what I call it. So do yourself a favour, check out the U-Haul Australia trailer range. They are brilliant, they are well maintained, they're easy to get hold of, and they're super easy to use. So thank you to U-Haul for helping us out in picking up our projects. And we're here at the place. We're going to pick the Escort up, and I'm always excited with a brand new project car. Well, it's not a project car, it's going to be a parts car, and this is where we're picking it up from. The guys up at Wrecking Plus More up here in Port Wakefield. We're going to go and grab a car out of the yard, and we're going to create history. Well, I don't know about history, but we're going to have a whole lot of fun. All right guys, here it is. Here's our little Escort. Goodness me, white, Mark II, European, and she's a mess. Now, it may not look like much, but sitting over there in that white little piece of snot is everything we need to move the Anglia forward. We've got it, we've paid for it, let's load it up and get out of here. We are loaded up, we're heading south, and I am a happy boy. On board, we have a Mark II Escort of very dubious condition. It's not the best looking thing, but the reason we bought this one is it has an engine and a gearbox, a clutch, all the accessories. It has the front end, it has the brakes, the springs, the disc brakes, the handbrake, all the bits and pieces we're going to need for the Anglia. So it's been a really good buy. A lot of that stuff's going to bolt straight in. Remember, the Anglia has got a recessed firewall, so when we put that front end from the Escort in and we rebuild it, which we will, the engine will actually be set back to the point where it's almost going to be mid-mount, and that's okay. That's going to work perfectly for what we're looking to do. Now, what will I do with the rest of it? Well, I'm going to take off every single part, piece and bits and pieces I can, and then I'm going to sell the shell. There's going to be someone out there who's going to want a Mark II Escort shell. Don't know who it is, don't know how much I'm going to sell it to them, but the long and the short of it is I'm not going to need it and someone else is. Right now though, on the way home, we're going to find ourselves a car wash and steam clean as much crap off this as possible, and then I've got to try and work out some way of getting it off, because it doesn't have wheels on the back. Oh, and I did pick up a diff for it as well, but that won't go in because there's no springs and no wheels. Let me have a think about this. Okay, so we are ready to go. I've got it unhooked and I've got it unhitched, and I've got a bit of an idea as to how I'm going to get this off without a diff. And helping me on the camera is Ruby.
Hi.
All right, stand about there, Ruby, and I'll give you a bit of an idea. So. So it's not going to be pretty. It's not advisable. I'm doing it on my own. I'm a middle-aged man with a sore back.
Don't try this at home.
Don't try this at home. But it's Friday, and I may have had an energy drink. So before it wears off, let's do it. And we're done. So that's it. The Escort is completely stripped out. 24 hours after I've got it home, it's done. Engine's out, front end's out, all the bits and pieces I needed from the interior, the wiring, which was pretty important as well, plus a few other little things that I'm going to be able to use on the Anglia, and it's gone. But what I now need to do is get this up on Gumtree and also on the Facebook Marketplace, and I need to get this one sold. Don't want much for it, but that's going to keep the costs down in the build. But the important, follow me, this is the bit that we really need to have a look at. Go past this car, come down here, and there are all the parts. So I've got the gearbox over there, I've got the steering column, I'm going to need those. I've got the wiring, I've got the heater, that's the whole front end. I've also got a few little bits and pieces and stuff like that, but most importantly is this one right here. This is the Kent 1600 engine. Now this one, I don't know if you can see it or not. You might be able to if I bring it in there. There's the number we wanted to see. That says 711M, and that 711M means that it's the best Kent engine that they have, the biggest block, the strongest block, the best main caps, the best flowing cylinder head, all those bits and pieces we need. But this is why we really got the Escort, all those bits and pieces for the Anglia. Now, all we have to do is sell this thing. All right, well, it's time to wrap this episode up, and what a fitting place to do it back here in the O2 garage. Got the Dodge on this side, and got my Escort and Anglia bits and pieces on this side. Have a look at the engine. This is the first one. This is the 1600. I'm already trial fitting my extractors. I've got a GT intake manifold courtesy of Tim, aka Angry Anglia over there at Yesterford. Thanks very much for that. And Justin Schofield, a big shout out to him as well. Justin sent me a big box of parts that he doesn't use anymore, and there's fuel pumps and gauges and all sorts of bits and pieces I'm going to be able to use in the Anglia build. So thank you, Justin, I really appreciate that. And if you've got something that you want to donate, reach out to me in the messages through obviously YouTube or the channel on Facebook and so forth, and I'd love to hear what you've got if you've got something you can donate. But that's it, wrapped it up. Hit like and subscribe, and I can't wait to start pulling these motors apart and putting it all together. I'm getting excited. It's go time. That's what it is. It's go time. Well, sometimes on the O2 garage, things happen for a reason. I don't know why, but they do. And I was just across the road here at Macca's getting myself a coffee on a Saturday morning. And I look over here at tyres today, and I found something you're not going to believe. I found an old friend. Are you ready? Have a look at what I found. The Baja, Tom's old beast. This thing looks like it's in really good nick as well. The owner is Dion, who I sold it to. Looks a little bit higher in the front here, but it all looks like it's still as it was when Tom sold it to Dion. Let's have a look in the back here in the motor. Oh, so it still has all the original engine and bits and pieces. Yeah, everything looks pretty good there. Colour's starting to come off on this side over here, but that's to be expected. Still got the soft top on it. Oh, still has that aerial on the back that we put. Let's have a look inside. Oh yeah, still got all the bits and pieces and so forth. Oh, it looks pretty cool. That's rad. I can't believe that we're looking at it. Look at how cool that is. So I've been inside and I've had a chat to the guys who are here at Tyres today, and they tell me what's happening is it's getting a disc brake front end on the front, a disc brake front end on the back, it's getting a new motor, it's getting a new gearbox, and this thing's going to be an absolute street stormer. Now, Dion's also told me he's going to leave all that patina and all of that attitude on it because he absolutely loves it, and why wouldn't you? It's such a cool looking thing. It's great to see it again, and I'm glad to see it still on the road.